So Will Smith actually just apologized, and we're gonna watch the video. He posted the video on his YouTube channel very recently, I think about a few hours ago, and we're gonna watch it, and I'm gonna give you my commentary on the subject. It's The Detective. We are here. It's the Church Reality Check. We do daily Christian commentary video, so you're gonna hear a Christian's perspective on this whole Nanchoches. Hope you guys have a wonderful time. If you like this video, do give it a like, and let's hear what Will has to say.
Why didn't you apologize to Chris in your acceptance speech? I was fogged out by that point. It's all fuzzy. I've reached out to Chris, and the message that came back is that he's not ready to talk, and when he is, he will reach out. So okay. I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk.
Okay, that's very interesting. Now, there's something that I wanted to talk about also, just to kind of include into the subject after this apology has come out. And it goes to the subject of self-control, which is the fruit of the Spirit, as the Bible actually calls them out. And this particular thing, I wanted to reference it because, you see, when you have the fruit of the Spirit, that reaction doesn't come out. It's kind of like what you see in the Garden of Gethsemane, and they are there to arrest Jesus. And Jesus turns around to Peter, who has a sword in his hand and has cut off Marcus' ears. And he actually just relates to him, that's not how you respond. So the right response would have been to allow the arrest to continue on. As a matter of fact, very recently when we were talking about the nature of a believer or the disciples' lifestyle, it addresses this aspect of what happens when you are provoked, or what is the first thing that happens when you are provoked. And that kind of just tells you how much of a disciple you are. When it says carry, he that will follow me, let him carry his cross, that's also going into that definition right there. And so, first thing to note here about this video, I'm not going to watch the rest of the video. You guys can go watch the full video by yourself, or I can put it down in the description below and you can go watch it over there. And so, another thing that I wanted to also note here, particularly about self-control being one of the things that actually build good relationships. You see, it's not necessary that he should not want to talk to you if that event did not happen, you know? And so if we think about these things ahead of time, it gives us that room where we always have relationships that are in good place. We have relationships that are well maintained because I am in control. Okay, I am putting myself in control. Yes, it is something that might come off of you if you just allow pride to win. And pride wins when you feel you have a need to defend yourself. The funny thing about it is the videos that came out after that entire thing of him slapping Chris, is that there was a moment when Chris Rock was actually still commenting after that Jaden Smith was actually laughing, which was his wife. And so, having seen that, it's also something to note. But I want to also acknowledge something here. I haven't heard him, so I'm not going to listen to the rest of it. You guys can go listen to it. I haven't heard him making a justification of why he needed to do that. Okay? And so that would actually turn this apology a little bit sour if he went into justifying why it was just for him to do that. Maybe I should watch that.
We had a great relationship. You know, Tony Rock was my man, and this is probably irreparable. I spent the last 3 months replaying and understanding the nuances and the complexities of what happened in that moment, and I'm not going to try to unpack all of that right now, but I can say to all of you, there is no part of me that thinks that was the right way to behave in that moment.
Okay, and so so far it goes with what I was saying, is that if he was there to make a justified reason of saying, yeah, I needed to do that, I needed to check you, man, then the apology would be a weird one. Because that is no apology if you justify something that you yourself believe it's unjust. Now, even if you were to go back into the site of what true repentance is, or what repentance is, just as a general word, it's being able to correct yourself even though you could make a justified case for yourself. Like you could say, I was just defending my wife. And there were a lot of people that thought, yeah, he's probably defending his wife. And they might have made that case. Because the problem with that is that if you think you were right, then you don't see a need for you to apologize. You're not going to shoot somebody and then later on claim, no, I had the right to think it, but sorry. Okay, it's either you had to shoot them because you had to defend yourself or whatnot, but you cannot be apologetic and then still want to uphold. But I had to do this and think it just doesn't factor out. And so it's important to see one's wrong, because when you see you're wrong, it makes it easier for everybody to call themselves out when they wrong you. Okay, when he says, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those that trespass against us. You see that thing? It goes both ways. I must see my wrong in order for the other person to acknowledge their wrong. In case they're not willing, if I am willing to acknowledge that I was wrong in one particular area, it makes it much more easier for people to reconcile and think. So it's a very interesting one. Yeah, tell me what you think. I think it is a right direction of people handling things, and it also brings back to our mind that whenever you want to make a justified case for why Will had the right to do that, also think about the mending aspect of that relationship. Now he's now calm. It took him 3 months to come out and actually make this apology, but eventually he did.